Thanks
Okay.
for your assistance.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Come on now, don't forget the river. Get out, let's move.
Right.
Okay, go quickly now. Take your boat and get back out there before the guards see you.
Do you think that creature will return?
It's not dead, so
It will be back. It's just a matter of when.
Oh. I don't know what that was. Something was happening. That is Mirggles. Am I muted? You got something happening on your mic there, Mirgs. Got you muted for now. Okay.
I would stash your boat somewhere safe, and don't go back out on the water until you get word that this creature's been driven off.
Okay.
Say, did you know about this creature?
I've never seen it before.
Do I believe them?
You can make an insight check.
Okay.
Or, let's see here. Yeah, insight.
Not one of my strong suits, so I guess I believe them.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd really have a reason to lie.
I mentioned before that they had friends, but they lost them. I was wondering if it was to this thing.
Do you ask Jan this?
Aye.
They died. To hunger, sir.
Oh, I see. Well, but let's make sure that doesn't happen to you. And I flick them an extra coin and turn around.
Just takes the coin and says, That and I think they gave up.
They gave up.
They nod.
Well, don't be doing that either, I say sternly, and I turn around and set off to leave.
Along the southern bank of Tharbad, Anduin, Rioth, and Piper quickly try to rejoin their friends, and they've left behind in the Roadhouse Inn. Gandalf has left for Isengard to potentially recruit the help of Saruman the White, and potentially gaining an ally in Theoden of Rohan. Journeying back to the Roadhouse Inn, you can see the guard just outside. One guard this time, not two, as dusk is fallen again. Hours have passed since the water worm and the meeting with Gwyleth.
Is that them? I think that's them.
I don't know.
London Toddles? Piper? London,
Rude.
Tunnels,
Wolfman!
we're here.
Yes, it's us.
We're here. We're here. Oh God, are you okay?
Beans,
Henry.
yes.
We were down at the water. We were gonna. We thought we saw. Oh, give me a
We were
minute.
trying to find a boat to get over to you, but no, we don't go that way.
Yeah, we got
That's
one.
The smart thing to do is not go on the water right now.
Right.
Well, but you're here.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't do the
Hey.
smart thing.
No, we did
No.
not.
Right.
I
No, we
insisted.
did the brave thing. I say, looking at Piper.
Yeah, wait.
We heard Gandalf got swallowed?
Is he dead? Because they
No,
said he spit
no.
him out, but
He was spit out. That's right.
see, he doesn't taste good.
How
What
did
happened?
you know that? Can you just look at a man and decide if he's going to be tasty or not? I don't understand.
The bottom of his
Wait,
robes are covered
am I
in
tasty?
dirt. No.
What do you think?
I don't,
So
you're
what?
not
The
eating-
robes? What if he was naked? Would he taste good then?
Are you? I'm sorry. Are you arguing the flavor of Gandalf?
yes,
I'm not
I was.
arguing. I think it's. I
was
think we're
panicking.
set. No, we're set.
I was upset. I was upset thinking Gandalf had been swallowed and died, and Lawton just casually says, "Oh no, I don't think so. He wouldn't taste good," as if he knows what makes a man taste good or
I
not.
think you have an eye for things, you know, like it's something you're born with. You know, you can look at something and know if it tastes
And
good.
just know if it's going to taste good.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What about that? And I point
Right.
over to the random bush.
No, of course not. No.
What do you mean? Of course not. How do
Well,
you know?
you-
there could be the most
because
delicious berries in that bush.
No, because look at this place. It's destitute. People have tried to eat off of it. It doesn't look picked clean. Obviously, it's not palatable. See, it's an eye you have. It's an eye.
He's right.
Well, so he didn't get eaten, or he did get eaten and then he got spat back up.
And the
Yeah.
creature did swallow him, yes. And then there was a great burst of light and it spat him back up. I think his magic perhaps burnt it from the inside.
He's always good at fireworks. I mean, I can't imagine that's fun in your belly. So, yeah.
Gave them a bit of a heartburn, I'm sure.
What's that?
Hmm? What's what?
What? What's the heartburn?
Heartburn.
Is that when you're
You
like
of all
very
people,
sad?
Miss
So
Hobbit
just-
should know about
So
heartburn.
when you get your heart broken.
Oh, I see.
I don't
Okay.
know, Rioth. I suspect that hobbits perhaps are immune to such a thing.
Is it when you fancy someone and then you find out they fancy someone else and it's just like it,
I think that's more heartache.
Have you ever tried to eat something or
Maybe
eat so much
heartburn
and
is
then lie
when
down?
someone.
you always lie down after eating. That's
Yeah.
a ridiculous.
Yeah,
question.
it's the first thing you do.
I look up at Andarwin defeated.
Uh,
It's good to have you back.
I'm currently staring at the sky distantly.
Well, I'm glad
So-
no one is dead. I'm glad
Dwarf
you're all,
to
you
man
don't
and man to
taste
god.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad news though.
Okay.
What?
Gandalf
well,
is
not
not returning.
really.
What?
What?
So he did die.
No.
No, he's
he-
alive. He just decided to leave.
What?
On a
Leave us.
journey.
Why?
He's gone to fetch
Goes-
help.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot
He'll be
more
gone a
sense.
while.
For what? For the snake creature thing?
Well, I would imagine so. It almost ate him.
Are we outside?
Aye.
That's up to you.
Right.
Yeah, I imagine the guard is, a few feet away.
Maybe we should go inside for this one.
Well, we can go check on
Very hungry.
our charge. Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
yeah, of course.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, let's go in. Sure.
Guard eyeballs you as you walk in, shakes their head.
Hi again.
He's not really nice.
I just
Oh.
eyeball him back.
I don't
Walk
think he
inside.
appreciates
There's like
our
a slight
ferocity with.
tightening of grip on the spear.
That's unnecessary.
Very unnecessary.
But he's
Um,
another Edward.
I think he's
I'm
very
I'm
much
somewhat
tired
used
about
to it.
hearing about the sauteed mushrooms.
Are you asking more? Did you figure it out?
No. They most certainly did not saute the mushrooms, though.
They're lazy.
Amateurs.
So we had a conversation with our charge. They'd woken up. We talked to them for a good bit, and we were actually going to try and get over to that middle area where Roper Grey was to, because they know each other, and this one's going to need someone to continue to look on him. So he had sort of sent us off in that direction. So I imagine
He was a little bit weird.
Yeah, what's that?
He was a little bit weird, the man we rescued.
He had a hard time following very simple things. So
Like what?
Just like anything. It was very
Oh.
strange.
yeah, we were just
Maybe they.
Perhaps his brain
Maybe
is
they
addled
really
from his
hurt him.
injuries.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Are they still upstairs? Or in the
Oh,
room?
yeah. Do you have the key? You can give the key if you want to talk to them. I mean, they were awake. We just closed them in there because we were a little concerned about this side of town.
Right.
Aye.
But yeah, they're still
If
there.
Roper Grey is out on that middle island,
Mm.
very few ferrymen are going to want to go out there. I suspect the people of that island will be somewhat isolated for the next few days, at the least while this creature is on the loose.
Okay,
That is a good point.
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a good thing if we can get our injured friend out there. I don't think the guards will ever come looking out there. They're going to avoid the water at all cost.
Well, perfect
it
time, I
means-
suppose.
Of course, it means we would have to sail across again, but
And Jan is
so-
already off, I think.
That's
Oh,
okay.
Jan
I think
gotcha.
I'm.
Aye.
perhaps tomorrow we find someone either brave enough or foolish enough to make one more trip and take him out there.
Okay.
All right. Food? How about dinner?
Please. Oh,
Do you think
Dinner
they'll let me
sounds
go back
good.
there and help? Do you think if I just say, hey, I can saute those mushrooms, do you think they'll let me do
no,
it?
don't do that.
No, they probably won't. But
Don't
you know
take
what?
it personally.
It's,
You think
no,
so?
It's free. It's
As they
free help.
should.
Why?
Maybe
Who
subterfuge.
doesn't saute mushrooms
I
before
want to
putting them in a
help.
stew?
I know. But I say I want to help, and then without them even really paying attention, I'll
That's
just
the way to do it. Yep.
get
Mm,
the
do
it that
fire
way.
on and
Yep.
put it.
Oh, I'd like to offer a hand.
Well, you can do it that way if you want,
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
Yeah,
I
that'd
feel
be
like
much
everything's
better.
gonna go really
Yeah.
well. Okay.
So well.
Oh,
Here. You just sit down and
we'll wait.
excuse me.
So inside the inn, there is like a front desk kind of a thing, and you can see the same rather rotund innkeeper that's standing there, sort of eyeballing you with that greasy, unkempt look.
Hi.
You.
Well, actually, I'm wondering if I can help you. You have a fine establishment here, and we've been getting a lot of good use out of it. And you know, us Hobbit folk, we're very courteous as much as we can be. So, to that end, I'd like to offer some help if I could. Maybe help cook some of the food for the evening.
Have a cook?
Yeah, but I could just be maybe a little assistant to the cook, just to take the load off of him.
No jobs here.
No, I don't need. It's not for money.
Let's eat so much.
Yeah.
I'm like hiding in the background.
Did you just say that? to
Yeah.
me?
Tell him hobbits eat so much and you just
Well-
want to help offset.
Yeah. Well, a hobbit's stomach is quite full. Quite empty. It's hard to fill, and I just don't want it to be too much of a burden. And since we've been eating here for a couple days, I would just like to give back a little bit, just a little bit. You know, help with the preparations and whatnot.
Go ahead and make a... I know you want this to be courtesy.
Actually,
know
I
you
figured
want
this would
to
be
courtesy.
persuade.
Yeah, this is going to be a persuade for sure.
Courtesy might come later if I make it past this, but okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put a point of hope into this.
It's not for money, it's for food.
Please don't fail.
If there's
Here we go.
anything for a hobbit to hope into.
No! No!
Awful. Just awful.
Oh, are you kidding me? No.
That's a 1 on the feet die, unfortunately. And you did roll like okay on the
I
other
rolled
roll.
okay, yeah.
You have 4 skill points or 3 skill points in persuaded. Okay.
I do, yeah.
Oh, that's really bad. Yeah.
This is how I felt at every failed athletics roll so far.
Yeah.
How is this possible?
Sort of looks at you and says, "No, you'll just get in the way. You can't have my cook be any sort of, inconvenienced. Hard enough to find a decent cook."
That's fair.
Not that this is gonna work. But I'm gonna lean forward and say, "Does your chef take suggestions?"
Suggestion?
Well, the food's wonderful, wonderful. We're eating heartily of that with that mushroom stew and whatnot. I'm just wondering if he wouldn't mind just browning those mushrooms a little bit, just a little.
But the mushrooms are brown.
Oh, dear Lord.
Aye, they are. Portobello types, and they are brown. But if you use a little fat or butter, and when they're sliced, and then you put that on the pan, and you let them get a little of that caramelizing color, on the edges there, it gives that a tang, a bite to the.
Nothing can be done there. Butter hasn't come in for some time.
Oh, right.
Oh, that explains
That's it.
so
That's
much.
it.
That explains
Okay.
Right.
so much.
Well, if I could get some orders of whatever you have cooking for the group over there for the 5 of us, and maybe some ales, that would be wonderful.
Okay, I'll let the cook know.
Thank you very much. I turn around, not dejected, but resigned. Just sort of. And I come back over and let you all know how that went.
Gonna need you to make a shadow roll. No, I'm kidding.
No. Is that wisdom or valor?
No,
The eye of Sauron grows wider looking at these mushrooms.
That
Well, you did your
explains
best.
so much. If they don't have
Yeah.
the butter.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
What terrible times we're living in.
yeah.
Well, what do you do if you don't have butter? That means you don't have butter
Perish.
biscuits?
That means
Perish.
you don't have bread.
Well,
Good bread with butter on it.
there's always other fat options, I mean, they must have some fat options, just not butter specifically.
Have you seen the people here?
Maybe
Nobody's
tallow that
fat
they're
that is
using.
That means you can't have butter toast without butter.
That's
Right.
true. Yeah. You could have tallow
can have
toast,
butter
but that'd be
without
awful.
butter.
Yeah, no.
No butter.
No butter.
Do you think we could no, never mind. I think this is just what it's going to be. We're just going to have to eat of it, and
Do they have cheese?
I didn't ask, actually. I didn't.
No, please. I can handle no butter biscuits, but I don't think I can handle no cheesy biscuits.
Okay,
Not a
well,
single cheese.
I can't
whole
handle that, I
place.
don't think.
actually, no,
imagine.
wait a minute. We had our tea
Can you have
yesterday.
mashed potatoes without butter?
How can you have cheese without cheese?
Well, you can't. They had some cheese. We did have some yesterday. It was okay.
What about the butter cheese?
What about the buttercream?
I am going to the room to lay down.
No, I got you some food. I actually don't know what they're bringing out. All right. Well. So, Gandalf is leaving. I guess I don't quite understand why he's leaving to get help. He said he's getting help. What kind of help?
I think we should save it for the room. That's
all right.
All right. It's that secretive.
Oh, maybe
I'll
we
head up
there
that
now.
way then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring the
I'm
soups,
grabbing
I suppose.
The rolls, a
Yes,
couple
please.
of I'm grabbing as much food as possible.
Sure.
I guess
Carrying
I'll.
it up.
Yeah, as soon as it's ready, I guess
Upstairs,
I'll.
then.
Everyone leaves, and I'm literally sitting at the table like, I'll bring the food, because I don't. I'm just waiting for whatever comes out. I was like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just more brown sort of stew.
All right. Well, I'm gonna waitress carry. You know, I've got one like right here, and I'm like, I'll come back for the ales, and then I go to.
I'll bring up the tray of ale.
Oh, thank you. You saved my day.
Yep.
I was ready to do it.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so we'll get to the room, and then I'll hand out the food to everyone. Just sit down and probably start chowing down immediately.
Arn is there, by the way, waiting. Like he's still resting in the bed when you get there, Rioth.
Ooh,
Riel said he
I'm-
wasn't hungry. Here's your. I give it to him.
I don't think that Rioth would really mind if you
Okay,
did.
good. Here you go.
You don't mind that this person is laying in the bed? You just
No, I don't. I don't
just
mind
go
that he
lay-
just gave my soup to someone else.
Sure.
Okay.
You give it to Arn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give it to Arn to eat.
Yeah, sort of stirs a little bit.
Hey, careful.
More guests, I see.
Mhm. Yeah.
These your
These are the ones
friends
that
you
Remember
spoke
me?
Yes. Yeah, this is them. They
of?
lived.
Remember? Have we met?
Do you remember? Well, I was the troll that saved you. Sorry, not a troll.
When
I
she
sounded
says
like a troll.
she means she was in disguise as a troll.
That's right. With a troll voice.
I'm sorry, I do not remember.
disguise
okay.
as a troll. Oh, do not remember. I thought he was going to say did not follow, because there was a lot of that before.
Oh,
There was a
Yeah.
lot of
we
that.
had to, we had to talk slow.
What is your name?
My name is Arn. Arn.
Right. What do you remember?
Well, I remember being dragged to the stone. You know the stone?
The stone? There are many stones.
There's one here in Tharbad. It's famous. It's a stone of two kingdoms.
I am not from here. I do not know this stone.
It represents the kingdoms of Gondor and Arnor working together to create this place.
Is that your namesake? Arnor?
Aye.
I am Anduin of the River. Namesake of the river. So why did the guards beat you and then attempt to feed you to the trolls?
I spoke ill. Captain Gurnow. Together with Roper Grey, we have been trying to set the peoples upon him.
I can understand, if you are attempting to cause a revolt, why he is unhappy. But it also seems his leadership is in question by many in this city.
Aye. People are fearful. They aren't trained or strong. And I must be honest, it seems that they grow fewer by the day. I do not think many people have the courage to do what is necessary, all right?
What do you think he means by what is necessary?
And what exactly do you believe to be necessary and right?
Ah, see, Wolfman's on it.
Smart.
We must take back this
You
city.
can speak freely. We are no friends of Gurnow.
No.
No,
Aye.
not if
I
he's gonna
gathered as
name
much.
his son Eadford.
Especially
Terrible
since
name.
he saved me from the guards and the trolls. There are not many to trust here in the city, but I believe you are some of them. Oh, we must take back this city and overthrow the guards. And use whatever resources we can.
Are you aware of a man called Roper Grey?
Aye. He's my friend.
I see. Then I don't suppose we should be reuniting you two.
Why not?
Exactly.
Well,
Perhaps
as
after
you-
another night of rest, you need to be able to walk on your own 2 feet before you go back out there.
At very least.
Yeah.
It is difficult to breathe.
Do you need a pillow?
I thought you said his brain was addled. He seems quite clear-headed to me.
Don't say that out loud in front of someone. That's poor manners. What are you doing?
I have
That's
a
for the
tendency to
hallway.
speak
Those are
rather
hallway
quickly.
talks. Hallway talks.
That is all.
You
It
know?
is difficult to understand them. I was
I
speaking
was
ill of
between
me.
expecting to talk to a
courses.
troll.
I have heard this
No,
hobbitry myself.
no.
I understand.
Hobbitry.
What?
We have lots of those.
What does he mean he understands? That we're not hard to follow. We're pretty straightforward.
Yeah, we're
How
small. We
slow
can't
are
move
all
that
of you?
fast.
What is
Oh, I guess the big folk just have different minds that move much slower. Can you understand us?
No, you can't talk that way. That's got to be rude on some level. No. I mean, even if necessary.
Right, I'm
we
trying
shouldn't.
to
Is it as rude
deliberately
as
be
saying that
rude
we're,
just
you
right
know,
now.
hobbit
Yeah.
and hobbits to hobbit?
Oh, please continue.
Yes, I was being rude back to the rude thing that he said. Don't worry about us. Never mind.
I think
do
Ryuth
not
just
believe that
lies
I was
on his
being
bed.
rude. I just said that it was difficult to
Oh, sorry,
understand.
not you. Not you, sir.
Oh, you're
you know,
fine.
Wolfman. I can joke with Wolfman. We're good friends now. We've been through, all kinds of things. I killed a worm earlier today, and he was there, so we're good friends now.
Wait, you
We are
killed the
good friends.
worm.
In fact, I've decided not to eat them.
Yes, that's right. We befriended him, and now he's our wolfman friend who is
That's
chosen
so special.
out of the kindness of his heart not to eat us.
But he doesn't know.
Arn,
Especially when
if
there's
you-
no butter.
Enough.
Maybe, does that mean he's going to eat us when?
Arn, if you were to successfully displace Gurnau, who would sit in his seat? If you remove the rulers, you will plunge the city into chaos. You must have a plan after this.
Many have suggested Roper Grey, but Roper has stated time and time again that he does not desire to take control of this city, just to liberate it.
Then who better to do it then?
Someone must.
Some speak
If-
of Amelia Kern. There are people that believe she is some sort of sorcerer, with magic cast upon her house.
Oh, that's right. Is this Kern, does she live on the north side or the south side?
The Kern estate is
Aye.
near the marketplace on the north
Oh.
bank.
I see. I think I shift on the bed to the company and I say, then how about this for a plan? Tomorrow, at first light, we find a ferryman to take a gesture to our friend,
Arn.
Arn, to the middle island to meet up with Roper Grey. And then we take the hobbits to meet this adventurer, Kern.
Right. It's a good plan.
Any course of action, I suppose, is better than waiting idly.
Hmm.
Do you believe, Arn, that the people of this town would follow Amelia Kern?
I believe the people of this city would follow someone that is competent and someone that does not beat its people.
And is she trustworthy?
Jesus.
I do not know her well enough to judge her. I have merely seen her around here and there. Had a few words. Seems a decent enough sort, I suppose. Better than thugs and thieves.
Aye, the standard has been set quite low.
Sorry, Toddles, did you say cheeses?
What? Yes,
You s-
I did.
Sorry.
That's all
Hobbits.
right.
Go on.
I think that was all that was to be said.
I see.
We just need to find someone who is willing to take Gurnau's place, since it seems that just about anyone would be an improvement over the current stranglehold he holds on the town. But it needs to be someone who is local to Tharbad and who is willing to rule after we move on, because I am certainly not staying here longer than I must.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, have to wait for Tharkun, but I hold the same sentiment.
Well then, I agree with your plan.
Very well then. You all want to eat up? I will be resting now.
Okay.
I'm real tired.
I'm alright.
Okay. Alright then, Orn. That is enough of my questions for one night. Should regain your strength. You'll need it soon enough.
I fear I may.
Hey, if the things you suggest do in fact come to pass, I hope you have a good sword arm. I suspect that Gurnau will not relinquish control of this town willingly.
Aye. Thank you again for the help. I understand that you helped as well.
A little.
Oh, he did a lot.
You and your company have done much for me, and I do not know of you until now. It is a kind thing indeed.
And it's a decent thing. Where are we sleeping?
Honey,
On the floor?
am I? I'm not sure I'm following what they're saying, but it sounds like they're talking about some sort of revolution. Is that what we're doing now?
I don't know. I didn't want to interrupt.
Okay, all right. Just,
I-
I think the only thing I understood was let's eat.
But I was done. Were you done when they said that? I was done.
I also ate already. Do you think they mean they want us to eat again?
I don't know.
Well, I'll
I'm
tell
gonna
you
get
what,
more.
if you have any more questions for this man, then feel free to ask, and I will take a turn eating, because I have had nothing so far.
Oh no, we've already talked to him quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Well, I can catch you up on what happened, basically, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
Okay, Okay,
yeah,
are you ready?
Yes.
sure.
We're out on the river,
Mm-hmm.
and we hear in the distance a horrifying sound, and the water.
Wait, what kind of
moves like
horrifying
ink.
sound?
Yeah,
Is it like
Like that.
Like a bear.
Okay.
Come on now,
okay.
it was more like...
Yeah,
bear
yeah,
in the
that's
water.
it. That's it. Yeah, like a bear in the
okay.
water.
like a bear drowning
Yeah.
in water?
Yeah, that's right. A
Okay.
drowning bear in the water. So
a wet bear.
Drowning wet
water.
bear in the water. Got it.
I feel
normally
personally
still.
attacked.
A
Felt a
drowning wet bear
rolling
that's
within.
You're a
about to
wolf.
personally attack you in the water. Got it.
Okay.
That's
so-
right.
Yeah.
And
so what
So now the water is rolling, and all of a sudden,
Huh?
a giant snake back lifts out of the water, and then we realize we're in a boat in the water.
Wait, you didn't
And
know you
there's
were in
a
a boat
snake
before
there.
that?
Yeah.
No,
sure.
we knew that we were in the boat. No, we knew, but we were in the water with
Oh, right.
the
Okay.
snake.
All right.
Right.
Okay, but it's really not like a snake. It's more like a dragon without wings, a snake dragon in the water. And I stand up with my sword raised and I say, "Get out of here, you foul creature!" And then it came out and it leapt up and it took Gandalf straight out of the boat and then crashed the boat. And then we were all swimming. We were swimming in the water with it, and we could feel it on our under our feet.
I paddled.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, and then Ruth was paddling real good. It was great paddling.
But the boat was broken,
feet
so
are
it couldn't have been
dangling.
much. Go ahead, sorry.
Please,
That's right.
don't
That's
stand
right.
on the bed
So-
and wobble.
Sorry.
No, keep going.
I'm getting it. Hold on. I'll be quick. Just, breathe in for a second. Okay, so then we're all floating in the water, and then we can feel it rubbing up against our feet and things. And we're like, oh no, we got to get out. So we're swimming. We're swimming.
okay.
And then
But you can't swim that well.
No,
I
you
know.
can't.
That's what was crazy. I was filled with the desire to live. So then we were going, and then we got
Crazy. Absolute madness, that.
No, but I've been there. Keep going.
So then I climb up on the banks. We all get on the banks, and the worm catapults itself out of the water.
Out of the water.
That's
Wow.
right. Out of the water, it lands on the shore with us, and we're trying to escape, right? And I go red. I see madness. Now I
That's
have a
me
will to
foot.
live. Oh, sorry. And then anyway, sorry, sir. Right. So I get my sword,
She's just
and I
using
say,
you as the snake.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we just need a
Yeah.
prop.
Yeah.
Use my
yeah,
foot.
that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's fine.
No, I got
What?
it. Okay, so then I look at it and I go, get down and release our friend Gandalf. He's over 10,000 years old. He can't end here. And then
a
I
lot to say.
stab it. I stabbed it in the face, and it was amazing. And then it went, oh no, a hobbit has taken me. And then it spit out
spoke to
Gandalf.
you?
It was, well, no, but
common tongue.
you could
That's
hear
what
it. You
it
could
was
hear it
saying.
almost.
That's what the drowning
that's-
bear
I just
cry
had a
was.
feeling that's
Yeah.
what it was saying,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then it
Paraphrase.
spit out Gandalf
Kind of like
because
the
I
way he
yelled at
can
it.
feel whether people are tasty or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a sense. I can hear what the dragon snakes are saying. So anyway, then it spit out Gandalf, and then it, sadly it whimpered away back into the water, and then the day was saved. And then we found out that Gandalf had to leave, and that they're staging a revolution, and we have to help them, or else bad things are going to happen, and the city will be taken, and then Rohan will fall. Anyway, that's about
I
it.
mostly just watched.
Yeah, it was all me. I'm kidding. He did amazing. Everyone did amazing. You should have seen Ryuth paddling with the boat.
Aye.
It was
Oh.
impressive.
Well,
I'm exaggerating a little, It wasn't, I didn't really. I did stab it, and I was
No,
covered
it was a
in
good
its
story.
blood.
it
No,
was a very good story.
next time you need to be, there's a
Sounds
few
a
details. We'll
very
write.
dangerous
We'll work on
story,
it.
though.
It was a good story.
Thank you.
Some stories need no extra details added. This one was dangerous enough all on its own.
I don't know.
But we
if I
all
like
made it.
that.
That's the important part.
I thought I wasn't gonna, actually, at one point. I was like, oh no, it's not gonna work out. Why did I come here? Dragged my friends. I've done the horrible thing and ruined everyone's lives. And then Gandalf came out and said, you can do this. It was nice.
I was not going to leave you in the water, Piper. You'd have been fine.
I know.
I wrap my tiny arms around Wolfman's leg, overcome with emotion that he's going to protect my Piper.
Just snot everywhere.
I don't cry. I'm not crying, but I am overcome with emotion.
I just kind of pat her on the head.
It's fine. Maybe
just
I'll
kept
go hug him
thinking-
and I'll cry. That's
just
where you
kept
get the
thinking-
snot.
I gotta get back to my friends. I can't leave them in an inn without knowing what happened.
Yeah, the
And
food's
then-
terrible.
Exactly. They don't even brown the mushrooms. And there's no butter.
They were
I
brown.
was gonna leave you there
Yeah,
dead,
no.
and there's no butter.
Yeah, but the butter's not their fault. It's not the inn's fault. They
These
still have
mushrooms
it.
are already
but
brown.
sounds like it is their fault.
You could
No,
still
that's
use
not
like
the
oil
point.
or
That's
water
not-
even to saute a little bit.
And that's why we have to help the revolution so that there can be butter again in Tharbad.
and they can
It's chef's
saute their
parlance.
mushrooms. Okay, now I understand. I
That's
will
right.
absolutely help with this revolution.
That's right. Yeah. So they can have cheese and butter and good
and
brown
butter
mushrooms.
and good sauteed mushrooms.
They deserve it.
Right.
Yeah,
They do. Everyone
deserve
deserves sauteed mushrooms.
they do. Because this is a crime.
Really is.
So
Half
tomorrow,
the Shire would be aflame if there was no butter for sauteing your mushrooms.
Yeah.
we'll go see Roper Grey, and then we'll continue on to what was her name again? Her
Both
mother-
Amelia and Gwyleth.
Amelia. Okay, Amelia.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Okay,
then I guess we better get some sleep then.
Aye.
All right. I'm glad
Gandalf
you're
seems to
all right, everyone.
End of what?
Gandalf seems to think that counsel from his other wizard friend may help in some way.
Another wizard.
Oh, there's another wizard?
There's another.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, I didn't know.
There's actually a third. There's another one far to the east.
3 wizards.
Word.
Just lousy with the wizards, are we? That doesn't.
How many
How
wizards
many
are
wizards
there?
are there?
I have
That's
no
my
idea.
question.
I know that the head
Sorry.
of my house consorts sometimes with one named Radagast far to the east.
Radagast.
Radagast. What a fun
No, I
name.
don't. Yeah, it does.
But
That is a fun name.
Why
to
is
say.
he aghast?
Right, Radagast.
Regardless of these wizard things, Gandalf
Radagast.
also seems to think that perhaps the King of Rohan will help here. And I do not know how long it will be until he returns with help.
The King of Rohan. Imagine
This is not my
we
city.
help.
No.
Right.
It's not my place to cause a revolt or a revolution here. But if
As
the
the
people of
hobbits
this
might
town, if the people of this town have decided that they will do so, then I will do what I can to help. But I told Gandalf I will not stoke the fires of a revolution for a people that are not my own. But I also told him I would stay here and watch over the three of you until he returns. So
Does that
don't
make us
get
your people?
yourselves. Suppose it does. So don't get yourselves in too much trouble.
Okay.
Never.
Aye. Not my
I don't
mushrooms,
think I've
not
ever
my
been
stew.
in trouble
Mm.
in my whole life.
That is a really good phrase.
Piper,
Not
you
my
are
mushrooms.
trouble.
Not my mushrooms, not my stew. Like,
Sorry,
not,
what?
Not my problem.
You are trouble. I can see it in your eyes.
I-
You have.
Well, that's the talk in her. That's
it's
the
the talk in
talk in you. Come on now. You know that's true.
You have a
No.
wanderlust in you. You'll never be satisfied until you've had some big adventure. That is trouble.
But why
Okay.
did the world have to go and make itself so wandering, free, lust worthy? That's my question.
Good question.
What's wrong with me if the world made itself so interesting to see?
It's true. The rest of the world is the problem, not you.
That's pretty.
That's right.
I mean, I'm going to have to agree with that. It is the rest of the world. That's not you.
That
You're-
was
you're
mighty
one-
poetic.
Yeah.
Can I write that down
Thank you.
for the adventures
of
of
course.
Piper Took? Right. Okay.
Sure thing.
I'm going to take the end of the bed. And crawl.
I'll take the floor.
I think I sit cross-legged and kind of slump and I sleep.
If everyone is eating and heading to sleep, then we can have you take your rest. And this will be a prolonged rest, so you get your all your lost endurance points back, or
Ooh.
if you are wounded, and I don't think anybody is wounded. No one's wounded, right?
I don't think so. No.
Yep. Then you're good. All endurance points.
So, about hope, though,
Mm-hmm.
how do we deal with that?
Right.
So-
Y'all got any more of that hope?
Yeah.
I'm down
So-
to
That
9.
delicious hope.
So here's the way that the hope works. You guys have your fellowship points of 8, and that means you can trade those in to distribute as hope as you would like. So you have 8 points that you can regain in any sort of combination that you would like amongst yourselves.
Okay, I currently have 2 hope.
I am all right.
How often do we get the fellowship 8 points?
Every session. It doesn't
Okay.
stack.
Oh, so you have
You
to
just
use
have
it.
to remember
Yeah.
to use
We
it.
get them
yes.
back every session, but we don't necessarily get a chance to use them because I
Exactly.
think it's only when we're sleeping.
Yeah.
It's only a prolonged
So-
rest.
I won't take any. I have
okay.
9 hopes
Yeah,
still.
I
so,
have
yeah.
14 hopes, so we're good.
Nice. Okay.
I have,
I have
2
7.
out of 9.
I have 2
Oh,
as
goodness.
well.
Okay,
How much, Piper?
you
do
two
have?
first then. I have 7
You have 7.
out of 17.
I'll take 4 if you take 4, Wolfman.
Yeah, I think they should split
That
it this
sounds
time
That's a
around.
good
like a
idea.
plan.
Very well.
Perfect.
And we'll be mindful going forward.
I'll be right back.
Oh, we would have died to a worm if we hadn't used all that hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Yes.
So, it was worth it.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, absolutely. Just trying
Alright.
to be mindful for myself.
You all rest for the night here in Tharbad. I'd like to know, I have a question for you all.
Hmm.
Who amongst you has the highest insight?
Probably me.
Yeah.
My
I have,
insight
I have 2.
is 0.
I have 2 also.
I have 3, and it is a favorite skill.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
I
you
only
go.
have 2, so yep. On the
However-
win.
However, my target number is quite high because my heart score is low, so hard to say. But I probably have the best odds of success.
Okay. Make a roll for me then, please, Anduin.
Okay. A great success.
Okay. As you sleep through the night, there is an unease that you feel, Anduin. There is chill upon the air, and for mid to late summer, it is noticeable. There is sixth sense that you feel something is wrong. Dreaming throughout the night. You see more than you hope for. Nightmares about your encounter with that strange ghost in the Barrow Downs. You hear this moaning, sounds of death. You see quick cuts in your mind, images of this ghost that resembles your brother. And there is something else. Language that you do not understand. You've never heard before. Beneath the ghost taunting you, you hear these sounds. It is something that you've never experienced before. You get this feeling, Anduin, And I'd like to know how you'd like to spend your extra success here, knowing these things.
I suppose additional insight as to what is currently happening.
That's what I thought you would say, but I'll give you a second to really think about it.
I will have to jog my memory on the other options.
There is the special success handout.
Right. This voice that I'm hearing, can I see it as well? Is it a creature, a presence?
Suppose that depends on your answer.
Well, if I sense that it is looking back, then I will go quietly instead.
Very well. You are in the barrow den where you found this ghost. In this nightmare. What do you do?
Does it look like the same place where I first encountered it?
Yes. It's still there. It's still taunting you. Begging you to come closer. Come, brother.
My brother is gone. And you are a cheap imposter. Why are you here? What binds you to this world? You should be gone.
Hate.
I thought as much. Hate for who? Who wronged you?
Hate for you.
Why so much hate for one you have never known?
But I know you.
Who are you? Your hate is not misplaced. But the crimes of my ancestors were not by my hand. I had nothing to do with Andoran and his betrayal.
You see something now. Beyond this ghost. This fallacy of your brother. In the darkness, there appears to be depth there. In the pitch black, you would imagine that you could not see it. You could not grasp form. But your eyes see well in the dark, in the shadow. see something there. At first you can't make it out, but it beckons you past this ghost.
Can I tell what it is I'm looking at?
Not from here.
I will move closer. I want to see what it is that haunts me.
You continue forward. You get close to this ghost, stepping into the shadow. The ghost looks bewildered as you do, as if it did not expect you to do this. You did not do this before. It's different now. Looks stunned. You come closer, brother. The greenish tint and ethereal light of this creature is diffuse as you approach. You somehow fear it less as you get closer, even though you step further into the shadow.
It was my ancestor who was corrupted by the dark lure of Angmar and the undead things there. Not I. You hold no sway over me.
Why wouldn't I?
Some of the words begin to trigger memories in you. You may have heard this language before. Maybe once, maybe twice. Make a lore roll for me.
See if I get Mr. Gandalf to assist me.
You can't remember where you've heard this, but you know you have. You get face to face with this ghost, and as you get closer, it just kind of falls apart, as if this ghost just dissolves, falls like a cloth upon you. And in the darkness, you can see something more. Please make another roll for me, Anduin. I would like an awareness or a scan roll.
I have a success on awareness.
And when it's so hard to see here, even for your eyes, there's depth to this shadow. It's not a lack of light. It's like the light has been leached from this place. It feels different. The shadows do not rest where they should. They are moving, and they begin to coalesce. And you begin to see a slitted pupil and bursting forth from the shadow. Fire surrounds it, and the voice and these foul words assault you.
Isengard.
And you awake against the wall. It is night, and the moonlight plays against the windowsill. The shutter outside lightly claps against the window outside.
Arn. Arn, wake up.
Someone call for me.
Yes. Is there a garden on the south bank here anywhere? Or an orchard anywhere with trees and plants?
Garden. You may find some shrubs amongst some of the ruins. There may be a garden here or there. Amongst them, someone might tend, but I know of none. None here in Tharbad.
Okay. Go back to sleep then.
Why do you speak of such things in the middle of the night?
It would take very long for me to explain. Just go back to sleep.
Oh, strange.
I know.
I hope you find your garden, however.
Anduin?
Yes.
Are you awake?
I think so.
Was it really that bad? With Piper? Like, you know, the story about the river snake and all that. Was a great story, but it sounded really scary.
It was... Everyone was very brave.
That's when they see when you almost die.
Aye.
Well, I'm glad you were there.
Me too.
Good night now.
Good night, Aldous.
You glance at the window, and you can see maybe just a little bit of frost.
Going to walk over to the window and look outside. Last time I thought I heard the shutter blowing in the wind. Someone was creeping through it. I think. Absent-mindedly, I'm just scanning outside now to make sure that's not happening again.
Yes. You can make an awareness or a scan roll. Scan roll is... I would imagine this is probably awareness.
Okay.
Okay, great success. Looking around, you don't see anything that alerts you or that you deem threatening. Would you like to spend your extra success?
This time we'll choose additional insight just to mull over what's happening outside and the events that I've just witnessed.
It is
Try and glean their meaning.
It is warm outside. Not hot like the middle of the day in the summer, but warm. There should be no frost on this window.
Probably I would not be speaking out loud for fear of disturbing the others, but thinking to myself, I would just resolve not to fall to the same temptations that my ancestors have. And resolve that whatever creature this is that is haunting me will not hold sway over my emotions.
Very well.
Not this time. And I think on that I will head back to sleep.
Head back to sleep. You all continue your rest. And that's a good place for us to take our break. If you have not done so, please make sure you're following all these wonderful people. We have tags for all of the players in the title. You can easily click on them and go follow them in all the places. You can also head on over to tablestory.tv/ashes to go find them in all of the places. Go give them some love, and if you have yourself a Prime Gaming sub that you haven't used yet, consider throwing it their way. Get yourself some emotes. Go support these wonderful people. They totally deserve it. And just throw money at them. Just throw it. Just throw it at the screen, and hopefully they will receive it in some magical fashion. That's how it works. Yes, that is exactly how it works. We're going to take a little bit of a break. Make sure you're following us here on Tablestory here on Twitch, Tablestory on YouTube, and at @Tablestory on Twitter. And come hang out in our Discord, tablestory.tv/Discord. If you have difficulty watching these episodes, you want to listen to them, we also have podcast versions of the show, which you can find at the Ashes link on our website there. Go check it out, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Hang tight for more Ashes of Eriador.
Good morning, Anduin.
Good morning.
Did you sleep well?
Yes.
Morning.
I hope you did too.
All right.
Eyes visibly bloodshot as I'm saying this.
Can I
So,
Can I
You
insight
can absolutely
into
insight,
him?
yes.
I want to know. Oh no.
It's you just woke up. You're still blinking the sleep out of your eyes.
Yeah.
Man, these rolls today, that's another one on the feat die.
We're banking our Gandalfs for later when it's useful. Or more useful.
It would have been great for the mushrooms, but take a guess.
I still don't understand. The mushrooms are already brown.
It's
There's a process. It's called browning.
It's called browning.
They're not the
Brown.
same.
It's-
It's not the
it's
same.
chef parlance.
Like a brown
It's-
mushroom
wait,
is the type of mushroom, but when you brown the mushroom, it's when you put it in a little bit of butter.
okay.
How can you make a brown mushroom more brown?
Okay.
By sauteing it.
Have you eaten
Salt?
meat before?
I ate meat with you when we first met.
Is it brown to begin with?
No, but,
No,
depends
but
on
then
the
you put it on
mushrooms
the
are.
fire. You put it on the fire. What happens?
You
Browns.
cook it.
Brown. You know what? When are we off?
Now,
Now, first light. Let's go.
we can continue this conversation as we go, if you want.
Arn.
Yeah, that's right.
I have no
God, I'm
desire to
tired.
continue this conversation. Arn.
Okay, all right. There's like 3 different levels of brown too, right? There's like golden brown, light brown, brown, medium brown,
I mean, you brown.
pristine
brown.
brown, deep
You're making
brown.
gravy. You could have blonde.
You feel like a real person again yet? Can you walk?
I can walk if necessary.
Okay.
Well, it's necessary. We have a revolution to start, so you can have some butter.
Yeah.
The Great Butter Revolution.
Yeah.
That's right.
I somehow doubt that's what it would be called, but
Well,
it
it is
spurns
now.
you
We're
to
naming
action.
It's a
Yeah,
perk.
we'll see what time has to say about it. What time will tell.
Fair enough.
Time
We
tells all.
want butter.
We want butter.
Yeah.
It's
See,
not
if you
like
think
the
about it, it's
same.
actually at its core, it's a very
All
good
right, I'm getting
representation
up.
of the ways in which your people
we-
have been
Oh,
struggling.
can I
We
have
need
your
the butter
arm
so
there?
that we can take the brown mushrooms and make them even browner.
It's not quite
Exactly.
the
So that
same,
people
but
can
Important.
eat and eat well and therefore live good lives. It's all
Exactly.
intertwined.
Metaphor. That's the right,
Right.
use of that, right?
Metaphor.
Better quality of life. Quality. That's what you need.
Quality of
Like
life.
everybody deserves butter.
Exactly.
For a butter tomorrow.
That's the tagline for the war.
I throw Toddles out the window.
I assist.
I would like to roll to catch her somehow.
It's just that really horrific dummy that is the wrong size and the hair is super ratty. And you just see it thrown through sugar glass it's so blatant.
Oh man.
All right. We have much to do.
Right.
So to the river?
Yeah.
Right. We're going to have to find a way across the river, and we're going to have to scout the river, I suppose, and make sure this creature is not returned.
If we must.
Well, do you think that with the creature being in the water and such, that everyone would have abandoned their boats and no one would be there to see it, anything, so we could just simply take a boat that had been left behind?
It is quite
Perhaps.
possible.
Perhaps, but yesterday there were guards posted along the bank watching the river,
Oh, yeah.
scouting and watching for the creature, so if they are keeping a keen eye out for the monster, they may also spot us.
I wonder how spiteful a creature like that is. Young Piper here drew blood and made it flee. A hobbit of all creatures.
Actually, if we get out on the water on a boat, what's the likelihood that these guards, aware of this monster and probably fearful of it, are likely to follow us?
I was thinking the same thing. Even if they do spot us, I'm not sure how much it matters. They're not going to pursue us onto the water.
Right.
Yeah, that's
what if
right.
And
into
they
the
would have
fire
no
with
easy
arrows?
means. They would have no easy means of sending word to the other side. Wait,
Yeah.
that may be something we can use to our advantage. The guards on the south and north side of the river cannot easily communicate with each other right now.
Oh, but
We could be messengers.
Messages.
Oh,
That's
goodness.
That is
Yeah, that's
very
good.
smart.
You're not considering mail fraud, are you?
I'm
No,
thi-
we would back
I'm
them
thinking
in.
of I'm thinking of how we could perhaps take advantage of their break in communication, but nothing comes immediately to mind.
Okay. Well, I'm with you every step of the way. So, to the docks, or do you want to find someone about information exchange first?
I mean,
I think
the doctor
think
would be
first
good,
we-
right?
I think first we get Arn and Roper back together. Let the
Right.
two of them form the core of I suppose, a resistance group. And then start getting other volunteers to join their cause. When you have enough bodies to challenge Gurnau, you make your move. Demand that he abdicate his position.
Haven't we
That's
done
right.
enough for them?
Beg your pardon?
Haven't we done enough for them? We have given them evidence of Garnau and this corruption. We've shown them that this lady and Mr. Eriador are dead.
Terrible.
This man here
Terrible name.
was almost thrown away to trolls.
Mr. Dwarf, are you saying you're not up to helping these people get butter?
Listen, we've helped them. I'm saying that we are helping now. I'm just saying once we've united this fellow here with Roper, I don't suppose why we have to continue helping to build the resistance ourselves like it's our business.
We don't. That's my point exactly. I want to get them reunited and on the right page so they can do it, because I have no interest in leading a revolt myself.
Right. Then we are on the
But-
same page.
But at the same time, we need to get them established enough to where they can stand a chance of success. Otherwise, they will fail, and you and I will be stuck in a town under the thumb of this Gurnau for who knows how long until Farkun returns.
And we need to talk to the lady that could be the person that replaces the captain with, because Roper doesn't want to be the person in charge, but this lady might be, right? So we have to get Arn to Roper and then talk to this Ariana. Is that her name?
Amelia.
Carl.
Amelia. Okay, so that's our steps, right? And if we get to
Okay.
the docks, there's likely to be guards there, and we can play our information taking case.
Is there no other way across the river besides boat? There's not a rope bridge or anything.
No. The guards keep watch for anything like that. If there's only ferry, then it controls the waterway. Much to their, well, I suppose at ease.
That makes no sense. If they were to erect a bridge, they could post a guard by it and charge a toll the same way my people do. They'd have
There's no
control of it and
engineer
they'd make money.
that could build the bridge. If they were simply to put rope to the stone, I fear there may be more deaths than there are now.
Maybe not a human engineer, but that's neither here nor there.
I do not think a rope bridge should be that hard to build, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go see if we can find a way across unnoticed.
Yeah, I was about to ask if we're staying here or going there.
Oh, we are going there.
We're here
Both
now,
of me-
going there now.
Both Amelia and Gwylith are on the other side of the bank.
Okay.
But are we going there and back again? Do we need to return here?
Never thought
I'll give
about
you
hobbits
points for
having a
that.
tail.
Perfect.
I don't
Absolutely
think that we
perfect.
need.
Sorry.
I don't think that we need to come back here, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing
We have-
else that we need.
No.
Right. We have no real need to come back to the south side of the river. There was a different inn, the one we first met at on the north side. We could move back there.
Wasn't Amelia there as well when we first went?
We've never met Amelia. I think she was there for our drinking game.
Yeah, she saw us in the inn. Okay.
Aye.
All right. Well, Arn, if you're okay to walk, just let us know if we need to slow down. I know it still hurts.
I'll be fine. I almost feel
Right.
better. And you see, it's like Arn stands up. It's like obvious. Yeah.
You look great.
It's so bruised and just like, there's those horrible purple and like yellow bruises.
We can see
Gross.
the color of your eye.
That's wonderful.
It's a nice color.
Uh-huh. Swelling's going right down.
It's like the color of the river.
I love that Arn is just his patience for the hobbits is hanging up by the thread. This
So
whole time.
thankful, but also just like, how much can I take?
Who wants to ride with Arn?
I wish I would have died in that cave.
Trolls take me. All
All right.
All right.
So,
Well, let's get a move on. Grab your mushrooms for the road.
They won't let me have any.
you.
I do wonder how many of my possessions, Loremaster, remain with my with Rusty.
That's up to you.
It's up to me,
hmm
and they're all still there.
Oh, you mean if,
Aye.
they're
As
still
a trader,
there.
I have all this merchandise that I came here with, specifically, but I never had a
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I imagine that you had to pay a pretty tidy sum to make sure that Rusty was well taken care of. By the way,
Aye.
you all have a treasure rating, which is kind of the equivalent of your money, basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
So, what I'd like to do is to say that Riod, you spent a bunch of money while you were here. Roll me
Quite likely.
a D10.
Okay. 8.
Okay, lower your treasure rating by 8.
Okay.
That's to cover the fact that you were basically here for a month and you had to bribe some people and you had to
Do things I am not proud of.
Yeah. And you also found some stuff when you raided the troll cave. Now you guys have that stuff. It's it's like a bunch of belongings and some like silverware and stuff. It's in like a little chest. Are you just bringing that with you? What are you doing with it?
Oh, right. I forgot we carried that whole box back.
We can
Can
expedite
you-
things and say that you kind of sold anything that was, valuable, or you can hang on to it or do something else.
I would
Can you
like to look
jog
through
my-
it and sort it. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, can you jog our memory as to what was in there? I don't recall the contents of the box.
Yeah, you had some like evidence basically that the stuff was in the cave, and that there was definitely evidence that it belonged to the missing Edward and Mary. And there was also some silverware and some like clothing and stuff. You can kind of like give that to the innkeeper and I can, give you some cash for that, or you could bring it to the marketplace and probably get more.
I've been working on this, and I bring out some parchment and I make some finishing touches, and I present it to our company, and I say, Well, if we are to keep working with each other for as long as we are, we need to make sure that these things are sound. Anything that we collect from then here on in needs to be spread equally. So I would like you all to sign this parchment just to make sure that we have here in a written document that shows that anything we find, whatever it is, will be split evenly.
Doesn't matter to me. You can have. I don't need anything.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
not
assume you'll take care. Like, if there is something I need,
Hold
I'm
on.
assuming you'll make sure that, I get it.
Hold on.
Just look at the
Making some
document for a
amendments.
second and then say, what does it say?
I've already signed it.
What does it say?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it is a document here that essentially, for lack of a better term,
A contract.
want me
of
to-
sorts.
you want me to read the entire thing?
That is a lot of...
I'm
That is a
so
lot of
tempted to
words.
say yes because I feel like you might have
Yes, how
something
long is
prepared.
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can you make
please.
it? Can you make it like a story when you tell it?
An
though,
hour
when you say it?
later.
I want to hear it like it's an adventure.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I am down for the rest of this episode to be Ryuth
The
was
contract?
reading us a contract.
In perpetuity.
I'm gonna be honest, I suspect he has
Heretofore.
I suspect he has
You
an
know.
AI writing a contract for him right now.
And all Arda, and all middle,
Punctuation.
upper, lower Earths.
I need a ye old time contract. Go.
All right.
Does it have
Middle
to?
Earth contract.
Do you have it?
Aye. So here is a contract for the distribution of loot among our little fellowship here. The undersigned members of the fellowship hereby agree to divide any loot or treasure acquired during the course of adventures equally amongst all members of the party. In the event of any member of the party is absent during the acquisition of said loot or treasure, they shall be held in trust by the remaining members of the party until they can be present to claim it. Any disputes or disagreements regarding the distribution of loot will be resolved with due process, with each member of the party entitled to one vote. This contract shall remain in effect until the conclusion of our quest, or until such time as all members of the party agree to dissolve it. Signed by, and of course, I need to add one last addendum. For those members of the party who refuse to take any money in their own possession, they need to, well, make that known before this is signed, with an X.
What?
Okay.
So if basically, I think what he's saying is if I don't want any, I just put a little X by my name, I
I
suppose.
meant the whole thing. But that's okay.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's fine.
I think it's just saying everything's shared equally, which is just common sense, right?
Yeah, well, I
Well, what
just
if we
assumed
find
I
like
signed it.
one item? What if there's like one item that we find that we can't split up, or else it loses the quality of its properties because it's now been broken down and split up amongst a group of people?
Well, I just assume if we find a thing that, seems to make sense that it, the dwarf should be used. Like, I don't need an axe or nothing. So if we find
But what
something
if
like
we
that,
find... What if we
A
find
bow.
one large diamond?
You
Yeah,
set
that's right.
these
And we
salads
don't
and
want
then
to
you-
enter,
what
and we
am I
don't want
gonna
to...
do with the diamond?
No, but
What if it's one of a kind and you don't want to sell it, then how would you divide it?
Well, I don't want it. I don't.
I
That
don't-
sounds
what am I
dangerous.
gonna do with a
What am I gonna do
diamond?
with the diamond? I can't do anything with that. But
You can't
put it on
eat
my
it,
mantle.
you can't cook with it, yeah.
Put it on my. You may. Oh,
What if
oh,
you
I can put
find
string- Wait! I can put a string around it.
Okay,
Like a
what
little
if you
rope?
find a long-lost recipe book of ancient elven cooking techniques, and there is only one book, and you don't want to sell it, obviously? Who gets it?
I,
Well, I
I-
would
Can I
assume
have dibs
lots
on
of
that?
would get it.
Can I have dibs on that? Oh,
Wait!
or Longtime can have it. That's right.
No, just copy the
Yeah,
pages.
use it.
No, just copy them. Then we all have it. It's not that hard.
Maybe I'll just swim then.
No, okay.
You can barely walk. Come on, what do
take
you
my
think,
chances.
Arn? What should we do? What should we do? What do you think, Arn?
I don't know what it is you're talking about.
Well, I don't
I
think
will
we do
add
either.
one
I'll just
last
sign it.
Clause.
I just sign it.
Ryuth as our designated expert in the valuation of rare and valuable items, shall be responsible for assessing the worth of any such items acquired during adventures. And if you want that said item, then it is yours, as long as and if there is, of course, demand for it, then we'll draw lots or something. If you take that item, then its value will be held in accordance to all other items. So you just hold on to your thing as everybody else gets, until they, of course, get stuff in the
Equal value.
So what you're
Aye.
saying is you're gonna take care of it, and this says we trust you.
right.
You'll
Sign.
be the distributor of the loot.
Done.
I think at the beginning I was hanging on every word you were saying, but towards the end of it, as it starts to get more complicated, you see my eyes just kind of go blank as you have exceeded my caveman brain for contracts, and eventually I just go, whatever, and put a big A on the page.
No,
Eyes gloss
the real
over.
question
Don't know what you're
is,
telling me with this tutorial. I'm moving
All
on.
right, whatever. And then I
do we have any rules around who finds the loot and then who gets the loot?
Well,
Piper has never been more interested. There's a glow in her eye.
Can we start walking while we're
walk
talking?
while you
we-
talk.
We should be.
Sure.
We
Yeah,
should
that's
be
okay.
at the docks aren't that far
Yeah, well,
away.
actually,
Yes,
we've been
that's
walking
right.
this whole time, right? So
Yeah,
we
that's
should
right.
be at the top
Absolutely,
by
we
now.
have. Yep.
Sure. Absolutely. More contract negotiations occur as you find way to the North Bank. It takes you a little bit of time. There's a lot more guards that are moving about the bank, but they are allowing people to find way across the river. There are a lot of guards, though, that are along the docks and whatnot. You can see people, like, using those long poles to kind of, like, dredge the river. You know, they're just kind of, like, trying to see if there's anything down there. I don't know what they're expecting to find, and by doing that, like, it's not going to be a good thing if they do find something. But they're doing it anyway. These guys aren't too bright. Yeah, there's you can see guards with, like, weapons and stuff out there. But you do find way across the river. It probably takes you about half an hour or so to finally make your way to the middle island. With Arn, how are you kind of moving with Arn? Are you
Disguise and a crutch, probably. Can we do that? Or like a cane?
do you
like
have
an
those
old
things?
woman.
Let's see here. What do I have?
I often use my own spear as like a walking stick. I probably just hand it to him to use as such for the time being.
Okay.
Maybe a cloth on the end.
How thin is my bedroll? Could it be used like something draped over his shoulders or his head a little bit?
I imagine it would probably be a heavy blanket. Something along those lines. Maybe like a heavy wool blanket.
Well, people are fairly poor here, so I imagine they'd use what they can. So yeah, I'm going to unravel that and just say, here, you put it over your shoulders and your head a little bit. Since Anduin's given him the little thing to use it to walk and just sort of, I mean, you're sort of already walking this way, so continue to walk that way.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
Mel Brooks style. Walk this way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Let's have
That's a good reference.
let's have a roll of some sort for this. If somebody's got to take the lead here on this one, so if somebody would like to be responsible for the stealth roll.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh,
There's the Gandalf rune. Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Piper, through a combination of probably jabbering at some of the guards and disguising this individual, Arn, they don't seem to take notice. They're really concerned about other things. It's not very hard to kind of sneak somebody past in this situation. And you make your way to the middle island.
They're like actively avoiding eye contact with us. They see us and they're like, oh shit. You know, and then they're just looking
The
away.
children.
Yeah.
The children who say
It's
they're
They're
gonna
gonna
roll.
talk to us about fucking mushrooms.
Oh no, we made a bad reputation for ourselves.
Get to the point where everyone in town is just actively avoiding us so they don't get drawn into a conversation.
It's all a part of the plan.
It's working well so far. You make your way to the middle island without much trouble, and it is still early in the day. And disembarking from the boat, you make your way onto the cobbles of the middle island. The sort of rundown appearance. The middle island is a bit more like waterlogged than the other two banks. You know, there's the high tide probably rises a little too high, and you can see a lot of the moss and mold and mildew has sort of accumulated along the bottoms of shacks and houses and things here. But you're here in the middle island.
We had talked to Roper Gray at one point behind a house of sorts, and I do remember we had a conversation about coming back to find him. I don't remember if he said specifically where he was, but I do remember we did have that conversation.
He did. He basically pointed to his house and said you can find him there.
Okay, so I think we would probably just start going in that direction, and I'm sure Arn would be aware as well. But we probably immediately just start walking.
Being a man of stealth and subtlety and all that, I just walk up and hey, smack the door.
Sure. You hear someone moving about inside. Steps moving to the door. It opens a crack. You see an eye looking out. Ah, is that you? And suddenly the door opens and you can see this disheveled looking man with a new black eye. Open the door and sort of partially embraces Arn, and Arn holds up a hand and says, wait, Roper. I'm a bit hurt. You lot. What are you doing here? Have you found any word?
Yes. But you're going to need to sit down.
You're welcomed inside by Roper Gray. It's not a big house or anything. It's a small sort of house with not much room inside. A bed is, visible from the front door, and you can see that there is a fireplace with probably some burning furniture inside. Like, you don't have to look very hard to tell that it's like a broken up piece of furniture that's in there. Roper looks at all of you. Says, "How did you find On?"
Well, so you see, there were these trolls, and you know what? And I just look over at Antoine. Perhaps you could explain.
We followed the missing trail of clues. We went looking for your sister.
What did you say about trolls?
There were a pair of trolls that lived under the ruins of the bridge on the shore.
The guards were using them to do their dirty work.
Gurna's henchmen have been taking dissidents and other disobedient types and throwing them into this troll den.
Dirty work.
Aye. Disposing of unwanted people.
Looks at Arn. Arn sort of looks down. They almost fed me to one.
Unfortunately.
Where's Mary?
You get the box.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
She is gone.
I present to him the box. We found this in the den.
I'm sorry. I know it is no solace, but the trolls, they don't breathe anymore.
Woodenly takes the box from you. Oh, Mary. What have they done to you?
Her spirit is at one with nature again.
Mary, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you. I failed you, Mary. Oh,
You didn't fail her. How would you fail her? It's
London.
no, not one person can be responsible for all that and her death, other than those that orchestrated it. It's not his fault.
That's right.
Give the man his space.
Yeah, I will. And grieving is good. But you don't blame yourself for something you didn't control. You only worry about the things you can.
If only it were that easy.
Roper. I'm sorry. I know that Mary's gone. But you're still my friend. There's still people here that care for you. And this place that needs you. Why does Starbad need me? It is already lost. If the people here would throw their own to trolls, what hope do we have, Arn? What hope do we have?
Do the people here throw their own to the trolls, or is it simply Gurnau and his henchmen that are the problem?
Yes, fair question, Roper. Not us. Not the people of Tharbad. But thieves and thugs. Who took this place by force and strength of arm. Don't give up. Not on this city. Don't give up. Because Mary wouldn't want you to. don't know what Mary would want. She's gone. Well, then do it for me. Do it for the children that are outside, that are begging on streets, that can't feed themselves. We need you, Roper. I will try. Good. That's all we can ask of you. These are good people. They saved my life. And you can be damned sure, if they could have, they would have helped Mary too. Arn puts a hand on the nearest one of you. Trust them. They're the ones that fought that creature that was in the waters. At their own peril. Tharbat has done nothing for them. I will speak with the others. I will let them know. Narn puts a hand back on Roper's shoulder. Good. We've got to make sure they don't find you. You can stay here for now, but they do watch my home. They know I've had something to do with it. I received a beating from the guards last night. Watch yourselves. Whatever it is you do. Thank you for
We will.
telling me and letting me know.
I'm
Very
sorry that
sorry.
she could not be saved. As Lawton said, the two trolls have already been dealt with. They'll harm no one else. But the trolls are not really the ones to blame. It would be the guards who are using them for that purpose, and whoever gave them the order. They're still out there. And with the trolls gone, they will simply find some other way to get rid of people who speak against them. The problem will not go away until they have been removed from their station. And for that to happen, well, someone else will have to take that station from them. I hope you are up to the task.
You can see some faltering here.
If not you, then you're going to need to find someone to look up to and call leader after Gurnau is gone. Arn suggested Amelia Kern, perhaps. We will go and speak with her. In the meantime, Arn, you must rest. Again, you will need your sword arm before this is over, I can already tell. And Roper, the people here seem to hold you in high regard. You need to use that influence to rally as many people as you can to your cause. But do so quietly. No more protesting in the streets. Else you'll just receive another beating and end up thrown in the river.
Aye. Gods have shown me as much.
This is not a free and open city. Let's not pretend that it is. What you do it in secret. You understand?
Yes.
Start gathering the able-bodied, those who would be willing to resist Gurnau.
I will speak to the others. Arn sort of looks at him and says, "What of Milton? Perhaps the brewer? He was speaking about not receiving enough supplies for brewing the beer. Might be one. The gods love their beer, they do. If they don't get their beer, I imagine they will have to do something." I'll speak with Milton. And some others. Thank you for this. And bringing on back. Make sure he gets some rest.
Oh, Arn,
Aye.
can I have my bedroll back?
There you are.
Thank you.
Alright, well. Good luck to you. Perhaps come back in a few days. May have more word.
Very well. Look out for yourselves till then. We'll go speak with Amelia and try to gauge where she stands on this matter.
All right.
I wish you luck. Amelia Kern.
Does she know you? Does she trust you? If we use your name, will that help our cause?
Perhaps she may know.
And
met
what
with her
can
a
you
few
tell us of
times.
her?
Oh, Amelia.
Aye.
Well, I don't know much, but I know some things. I believe she hails from down south, from the Southlands. From Gondor and Umbar. She's very rich. She has the best maintained house in all of Tharbad. And the guards are scared of the house. There's often rumors floating about magic protecting the house. Guards steer clear of it. She's, by all accounts, honorable, lordly. Decent person, I suppose. Decent enough from here in Tharbad, that's for sure.
Very well.
Okay. Well, take care of yourself, Aaron. Good to see you again, Roper.
Both sort of solemnly nod their heads.
Hope to see you again.
Aye, a few days then.
Well, I'm just just gonna start walking towards the door. I'm just feeling uncomfortable.
Let's take our leave.
I also feel horrifically uncomfortable, and I will follow.
Yeah.
Right. You know, the thing you said about guards and beer, and thinking about it, if it's still with Rusty, came here with, and Loremaster, it's in my sheet as one of the items I brought with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a keg of butterbor beer from Brie.
Oh.
Butter.
Aye. Butterbur. It's the name of the man who owns the inn in Brie, the Prancing Pony.
Oh, there's not butter in the beer. That would be fascinating.
There might be.
Beer. There could be. We don't know.
You'll have to find out if you go to the north. But
Adding fat to an alcohol. Longton's head hurts. He's like,
maybe you'd strain it. I don't know.
You all leave Roper Gray and Arn to their sorrow, but you have given them news that they did need, regardless of how dour it was.
Actually, before I leave the house, I want to turn back to Roper. I remembered one question I meant to ask in all of that. Eyadwood is also no longer.
Terrible name.
Do you know who or why would want to get rid of Eyadwood?
Actually, he laughs for a moment before realizing how horrible the situation is regardless. And I forgot of Eyadwood. Horrible man.
well, now it makes sense.
My first impulse would be that it would be one of the other siblings. Many of them hate each other. They vie for whatever power they can have here in Tharbad, as little as it may be.
Was he a powerful one? Eyadwood.
Edward? Not particularly. I don't think Captain Gurner liked him very much.
His own
son.
No.
Are any of these sons of Gurnow liked or respected, or are they all considered equally horrible people?
Respected? Maybe. I don't know about liked or loved. Definitely. His son Tharnow. He respects him, and most likely worries for him most.
Tharnow?
Deputy
What do you know
captain.
of him?
The deputy
We've met him,
captain.
haven't we?
Is he not the one that we embarrassed somewhat?
That's right.
That's not going to help. Why is he
I don't think we're
respected?
gonna have much luck. Sorry.
Well, he's one of Gurnow's best thugs.
That's not the type of respect that I mean. If Amelia Kern is not up to the task and does not wish to have a ruling position in the city, you must start looking for other options, be it one of your own, but there is the possibility that it might be easier to get one of Gurnow's own sons to take over, if any of them are trustworthy. That's why I'm asking.
Roper is shaking his head. None of them are worthy.
Not a one?
No. They are all horrible people. Gurnow has rubbed off on them all. Even his wife has changed over time.
Right. If they're so
a rotted
horrible,
tree bears only corrupt fruit.
Right.
If they're such horrible people, what's stopping them from attacking each other. I mean, if they went after
Well,
Edward.
what's corrupting them more like?
Well,
you know,
that's just it. I
if
mean,
it's even affecting somebody's wife, what if it's something unnatural?
Well, yeah, but couldn't that be used? If there's all these, siblings that are...
That's right. We could sow discord amongst the siblings and they could take each other out.
Or you could, with your people, you could... I don't know if
That's
you
right.
could get an ear there, here or there, Mr. Gray, but just... Did you hear such and such was saying this about this person? And just get the children sort of up in arms. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but at least they wouldn't be united against whatever would come.
And it's a good idea. Gossip and rumors have such power. Truly.
They do.
They really
Everybody thought
do.
I
Yeah.
didn't have hair
Yeah.
on my foot for a year.
Yeah,
They saw
that's
me.
right. Yeah,
And they just
It's
persisted.
true.
and they still believed it.
Yeah.
They thought it was like a wig.
Yeah.
What sort of rumors would you have me spread?
Well, that one is
First of all-
favored over the other.
Or like one
Yeah,
has a
that's
bunch
right.
of butter.
Yeah, I don't
One.
Keeping all the butter
Like they're
for
hoarding all
himself.
the butter, yeah.
Well, no. This is for the children to be upset with each other.
That's what I'm saying. Could you imagine if one of them doesn't have butter and the other one's
I'm the
hoarding
rich
it all?
special one. Yeah.
I mean,
That's right.
Forget the butter specifically, but if a rumor spread that one of the siblings were hoarding supplies and food and not sharing with the others, that would certainly anger them. You could also spread a rumor that one of them intends to supplant Gurnau, cause them to fall out of favor with each other. Could also tell them that Gurnau favors one above the others and will likely promote them,
but
cause
it's,
jealousy with the rest. There are plenty of rumors you can use to set these people against each other,
and
though I'm not
Yep.
certain how I feel about such tactics.
well, you muddy the water with it. You know, you don't know what's real and what's not, but you feel like something must be true. Surely.
No
Right.
one would be saying such things if it weren't true. If everyone's saying it, it must be true.
Things to consider.
We will think on it. Thank you for your advice. I will begin speaking
All right.
with the others as quietly as I can. It'll take some time as to not draw attention.
Okay, we'll just
Now we'll take our leave.
we'll
Yeah.
go. I've
now.
got the door.
Yeah.
I've got the door for everyone. I'll hold it. Go ahead.
Aw.
I'll walk through.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did you need me?
You can,
Oh, I said ta. Like good, like ta.
Okay.
Right.
oh,
Right.
we're held up in the doorway having this conversation, not letting
Yeah.
the other two out.
I'm just closing the door behind us. Get out. Get out. Shooing everyone out the door. Okay.
Okay.
Well, hopefully that will set them on the right track.
Well, I mean, if anything, maybe it'll just get their minds running in that direction. Even if they don't do any of those things, as long as they're thinking about it and they're putting their energies toward it, you know.
Lawton, you were great. Such a good idea.
So, Loremaster,
Yes?
I presented the jewel box and opened it. I did not hear him take it from me. Does that mean I still have it?
Oh, he would have taken whatever you presented, yeah.
Oh,
He was just in
He
the
took it,
scene.
did he?
Yeah, he would have taken it.
oh,
Luke Goblin.
oh.
What did you
Oh,
remove
Add an
anything?
addendum.
Well, you gave it to him. He took it. I was just in the scene. I didn't
Okay.
break the moment.
Would you have pulled out anything valuable that would not have been considered as evidence?
Oh, he took his dead sister's stuff back.
That's
what
what
a
I'm
jerk.
wondering.
I wanted to keep it.
Did you take?
Did you take anything? You can if you'd like. You can try.
I want no part of that.
I don't think Ryuth is like that, so no.
Okay. I am going to
but-
argue that he is,
Okay.
because you specifically have a distinctive feature.
Okay.
Called
Okay.
burglary.
Okay. That's just name calling now, so I would like to roll to see what I got.
That's not burgling though. That's like
No, that's fair. That is a fair.
That's
yeah,
another
it's-
level of.
Yeah.
That's character.
Right. That is fair. So if you don't think so, I'd say not. Burglary is more your skill at burglaring, as opposed to your motivations for
Moral.
burglaring.
Stealing from a dead woman. Yeah.
Okay,
Right?
wait, regardless
Bilbo
of,
was supposed to be a burglar, right? And
Yeah.
he didn't steal from. He never stole from people.
no, okay,
And
but
not even a ring or anything.
regardless of you actually,
He found that
didn't
on the
steal
ground.
He
That
found,
was not
he found
stealing.
it. Finders keepers. These are the rules are set.
That's
Thought
his
it was a
burglar and
gift.
skill. Finders keepers.
How close do you think you're like for your character? How close would you have been to have considered that? Like, well, yeah, this is theirs, but they probably wouldn't even realize.
If we're talking about the character, then I believe strongly in lineage and succession, so I know who this should be going to next.
Okay.
It would not be my place to take it.
Yeah. Okay.
Very fair. Okay.
And on that, we are agreed.
So, where to?
As much as I would have liked to count it and evaluate it and see what it was, and then
No, you just make yourself sad.
Right.
To the North Bank, I imagine. We're going to get another bolt. And
Forgive me
we're
for
going
silencing
through.
you in there, Launton.
No. There's nothing to forgive. Listen, you're right. Okay, he was in a moment of grief. He didn't need to be berated. That could have been said later, and you're absolutely correct. My concern was that he was going to sink within himself, considered himself the sole problem, and then just be useless to himself. And that, I mean, we've seen that in the Shire. That happens to people with grief.
Sometimes it does happen. Though eventually they will usually recover. They'll snap out of it.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's just how it has to be. I'm not going to pretend to understand the mind of hobbits, other than your singular one-track focus on food at all times.
Everyone eats.
Sorry, are we eating?
I'm not going to
No, it's not quite.
claim
second
to understand the
breakfast time.
rest of what goes on in your heads.
It's
But
What do you mean? Are you talking about the fact that we're always talking about food?
yes,
Well, here it is then. If you're
let me
wondering.
finish.
Okay.
Men who lose loved ones will often find a way to blame themselves, whether it makes any sense or not.
Yeah.
I don't know if hobbits are the same.
Listen, the urge I have to roll an insight check on what you just said, but I can't because Tuttles is an idiot. Maybe not an idiot, but like totally unaware.
You can still do an inside check. That's what the
All right,
numbers
I
are
want
for.
to do it.
Do it,
Can I
do it.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Okay. Insight. Please, Tuttles. Fuck. Total failure. Sorry.
total failure.
Total failure. I have
was
no
it?
idea that he might be hinting ominously at his own backstory.
That's twice in one episode you lot have tried. Who tried it before? Was it you again or was it Piper?
It was
It was me.
Piper with Hope as well.
I should have done that with Hope.
Oh no,
Love
I
that.
didn't use a hope.
I love
Okay.
the
Well, that was
repeated attempts
long
to
too.
insight check me.
Look,
Listen, okay?
I'm
I
taking
just
you.
want to
Can't
know
keep
ya.
getting away with
I
it.
just want to know you.
You know what? Launton takes you at face value.
you.
Yeah.
We're your people.
With an insight of 0, I also take everything at face value.
Yeah, it's like this sounds. You seem on the up and up. What's that knife behind your back?
Okay, but so that's a really good point. But can I get back to the food bit?
Sure.
Are we having food?
No, it's not
No,
second breakfast.
but I was about to explain why food is important. First of all, you need it
Why
to
on
live.
earth
Second
would
of
you
all,
need to explain that? Everyone knows
well,
that.
clearly I need to explain it to some of these people. So,
yeah.
first of all, you need it to live. Second of all, it is the reason for living. You survive worms so you could have a good sautéed mushroom later.
Yeah.
Saute.
It
Is that where you make the already brown mushroom browner?
That's
Yeah,
right.
it
You
tastes
can
better.
brown the
We'll
mushrooms.
show you when we're out.
One
in the-
day.
you know.
One day.
It sounds dramatic, but what I'm trying to say is that life is about these little things. Good food,
that aren't so little.
butter,
Kind of like
butter
hobbits.
on your bread. Exactly. And, you know, without it, life is pretty hard to live. And so, if someone's holding all of the life in your town and you're suffering and you don't get any of it, that's gonna mean something to you.
Yep.
It's not just about butter.
It's about
I mean, it
what
is, but
butter
also-
represents.
Exactly. And butter represents life and what makes it worth living. Strawberries and cream. Those kinds of things.
Oh god, fresh bread out of the oven.
Being with
Good
friends.
cheese, yeah.
Enjoying a good meal.
Ale.
Imagine a
Shire
family
on a
not being able to
autumn
sit
day.
down. Right.
I'm glad you have something that drives you. Not the same things drive everyone.
No. But we
I
all
believe it
eat.
does drive the folk here, though. Jan the Frog told me that, well, you know how they mentioned before they were fewer? They had friends once.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are no longer with us because they succumbed to hunger. This town is slowly breaking down, becoming a husk. Food is important and would be a huge driving force to mobilize folk before it's too late.
True. A middle ground, perhaps.
Hmm.
Regardless, avoiding starvation and pursuing luxury foods are not the same.
Aye.
But that's just the point.
Luxury.
It's not a. It shouldn't be a luxury.
No.
Everyone should be able to have butter.
Especially if they haven't before.
I think I understand what you're trying to say, or at least what you're getting at, Antoine. I do.
I, to be honest, have lost track of the point that is being made. All I'm saying is I am not driven by tasty food.
Absolutely, but you are driven by your own things, and we're driven by ours. You'd mentioned that earlier.
Obviously, everyone must eat to live, yes, but
Right.
I do not make the next meal the point of my existence.
No, but
Okay,
you
but
have
what
your
about
own...
freedom? Sorry, London, but what about freedom? Replace
Different
food with
things drive
freedom.
different people.
But isn't it all the same?
No, it is not.
Okay.
All I was going to say is that they were talking about what hope was there. Roper and Arn was. I think that's something that I know I don't want to lose. Focusing on those small details, those things that I do want to do, and the foods I want to eat. You know, I'm hopeful to get back to those things. I am hopeful to have butter again. I think we're kind of privileged here to have that much hope for things that may be frivolous, like sauteed mushrooms. It'd be nice if these people could have that too.
If I told you that I know exactly what browning a mushroom is, and I've simply been tormenting you this whole time,
Oh, I'm browning a mushroom. It doesn't matter. At this point, it's happening. As soon as I can get my hands on butter and some mushrooms, doesn't matter. I'm going to make you the best mushrooms you've ever had. Ever.
I'll hold you to it.
And we'll eat together.
Shall we go visit Amelia now?
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that magic house of hers, but okay.
Well, time is of the essence. There isn't much room left for the day.
I kick him out of the boat. I don't know if we're in it yet, but I kick him.
And that's probably a good place for us to end the episode today. Well done, everybody. Good job.
That pun.
That was good. That was good.
So good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, well done. Lots of good scenes today. Great job. Well done.
I like the sheer confusion of just conflicting philosophies trying to like wrap their brains around what the other person is saying. Is kind of fun.
Yeah, finding common ground is a great trope, and as tropes go, there are some tropes I can't stand, but that's a wonderful one in stories.
Yeah.
Trying to find that I don't quite understand you, but I think I can understand this, so maybe I can understand you. It's wonderful.
And now we have a contract.
Yes.
Perfect. So much good shit that happened this episode.
Yeah. Great job. Well done.
Yeah.
I just want us to find like one priceless artifact, and then one person can be like, "I took it as my 5th share."
This is fine, according to the contract.
Well done, everybody. You get your standard 3 adventure points and skill points for the episode. And let's go around the room. Let's do some shout outs. Why don't we start off today with Meyer?
Hello. My name is Meyer, and I played Uriel today. And dude, I love this show every single week. You know, like it's very funny because like the One Ring is very interesting. What do you call it? Like a module or system?
Yes.
Right? Like it has so many like different nuances going on with it, but like just role playing these characters and finding common ground and just being in the shoes of these characters within Middle Earth is just something I look forward to regardless of everything else. It's just very interesting to be their slice of life, and I'm just waiting until you as the Loremaster snap and go, we need to keep moving.
Well, I think I've been trying very hard to make sure that the mood of Tharbad weighs heavily upon you. It's supposed to be depressing, and it's supposed to be this. The
issue is we have 3 depression umbrellas. It's kind of hard with these 3 underneath us.
I think the mood of Tharbad is completely irrelevant. Well, we have 3 helmets.
So
what'll happen like a couple months down the road, literally in the game, I mean, like in the story, when the hobbits don't have that anymore, it'll hit harder.
Yeah. I think that the flow, I think that the movement of the story right now does lend very heavily to that depressive feeling, because we are not moving that quickly. We are taking a long time in an area that is uncomfortable to be in, and it's almost like you want to get out of there, and we can't just leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, even though there are these depression umbrellas that are trying to protect everyone at all costs, it still gets through. I mean, I even when I asked for the bedroll back, I tried my best not to make it too much of a joke. Just a slight.
Oh, it was perfect.
I can have it.
Yeah, it was super awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good because the entire time I was watching that scene thinking like, boy, what would I do if I got news that Launton or Piper had been eaten by a troll?
Yeah.
Because that's the equivalent of what just happened in front of me. And I think I'm uncomfortable. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah. Yep. What do I say? How do I
nothing.
react?
I can't. I'm
sorry, Wack, for making this the longest shout out. But
this is not the longest shout out. I'm sorry.
Is it not?
You haven't. No. No, you have not.
All right.
You've not won that award. Don't worry. We've done like 50 plus shows. Somebody else has won that. Don't worry.
Brad. It's always Brad.
It's always.
He's literally combined 5 other people's shout-outs into his shout-out before. You're good. All right.
All right. Well,
a goal for
you
you.
can find me on twitch.tv/Meyer, where from tomorrow, I'm guessing we're going to be doing a hell of a lot more Star Citizen as 318 just dropped. Otherwise, you can find me on the channel later in the evenings where I do Wild RP stuff, in which Whack doesn't have the same kind of flair for at all. You can see the change, but PB does. PB does. Otherwise, you can find me here on Tablestory on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for not Ashes of Eriador, which is this one, but for Kingmakers on Tuesdays and Spellwinds on Wednesdays, and on twitter.com/Meyer_test, where I tweet sometimes. And I'm just going to go ahead and type the word sometimes, and there we go. That way I'm not a liar.
There you go. Someone else who tweets sometimes. PB.
Hello, hi, I'm Pumpkinberry. You know who I am. And if you don't, it's nice to meet you. That's it.
Go follow Pumpkinberry because she has done a deep dive into Metal Gear Solid. And when I say deep dive...
The deepest of dives.
Wait, are you still on Metal Gear Solid?
Yep. I think I'm nearing the end of 5, which is the final one. But yeah, we've gone through the whole series, which has been lovely.
That's why her microphone's codec green, you know?
To match
definitely-
the keyboard that I
I'm trying
made
to remember.
for Metal Gear. Total nerd.
I'm trying to remember when. It was like at least a month ago. I was hanging out in your chat watching you play Metal Gear Solid 2. I didn't realize there was
We've been
enough.
playing since December, so
I didn't realize there was that much Metal Gear Solid out there.
I'm just slow.
No, there's also a lot. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like 7
But
games
did
or
you
something.
play Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance?
Yes.
She's
Yes.
done
And
that.
I loved it.
the least Metal Gear of all of the games, but maybe
also
the most
somehow-
entertaining.
Still Metal Gear. I don't know why I'm still talking with my accent.
No, keep
Habit.
it up. Why not?
All right.
Someone who is not nearly as in love with Metal Gear, Mirggles.
Well, you never know. There could come a day and
There
a
could.
time. You never know. I'm gonna be insufferable and talk during my shout out about the show also. I just want to express how keenly I appreciate this show in terms of one of my favorite things about Lord of the Rings is that it is sort of a story about going through difficult times and perspective of life in the world and everything. And I think that this show does that extremely well as well. And we have those conversations that are kind of lending towards, I don't know, deep life stuff, but through the lens of Middle Earth, which somehow makes it so much more poetic and meaningful. I don't know, that's just one thing that always cut to the core of me when I watch Lord of the Rings. And I feel like this show, it feels really special to be a part of a show that I think is doing that really, really well. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm on Tablestory also on Tuesdays for Kingmakers, so you can come check me out then. And thank you so much.
This bitch trying to get me to cry. Thank you, Mirggles.
Oh, I can keep going, buddy. Oh, I held back.
Oh, I held back. You could be captured. Aaron.
Hi, my name is Aaron. I wrote a book. It's pretty good. You can find me at Aaron B. Writes on Twitter. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Wow! Oh, Aaron talking trash. I don't think I've ever heard that.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Well done. Aaron is a writer. I know what you're thinking. There's no way that could happen in this lifetime. But yeah, he's a writer. He did it. He's done the thing. He did a book. Go check it out. It's called Firewall Down. And it is a cyberpunk
novel.
detective mystery thing. So go check it out. And check out his Twitter, Aaron B. Writes. Thank you, Aaron. Fairlight.
Hello, I am HelloitsKolo on Twitch, and I'm Anduin of the
RP tank
River.
of the episode. Sorry.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's so good, dude.
At least I'm not floor tanking. I'm HelloitsKolo on Twitch, and Anduin of the River here on Ashes of Eriador, and as always, it was a blast once again. I like the conflicting, mindsets of our characters. Makes for interesting conversations. Had a lot of fun doing that one. You can also go follow me on Twitter, FairlightX. That's everything. That's all I got.
Thank you so much. I'm Mike Steven. I have been your Loremaster of Mount Doom. I've dragged the players kicking and screaming through the adventure today. As always, chat, much love. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you so much to my wonderful role players. Thank you, Fairlight. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Mirggles. Thank you, PB. And thank you, Meyer, for being awesome role players. I appreciate you. Thank you. You did fantastic. And make sure that you join us on Sunday for our next show, Star Wars Rise of the Apprentice. That PB is on there, and Brad Woto is running. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience. Go check that
guy.
out. Yes, also fuck Brad. And
Terrible name.
Terrible name.
It's almost as bad as Edward.
100 Club just wrapped up this week. It was a really, really fun, good show. Make sure you go check it out. Had an absolute blast doing the finale this week. One of my favorites, I think, that I've ever done. And the crew was fantastic as always. So
Congrats, Wack.
check it out.
Yeah.
And keep an eye out. We've got a lot of stuff coming up here on Tablestory. Thank you so much for being here. Peace out. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday.
There we
Bye-bye,
go.
everybody.
That's what I was doing.
I was
Waiting
wondering why
for
you're
it.
on that pace.
Waiting for it.